Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to come out here and just talk a little bit about the budget and then answer some questions. I think it is very important that we pass this budget as quickly as possible. People are concerned that this state is going to go off the cliff. And I want to make sure that they understand that we'll never let the state go off the cliff. That I will fight here in this Capitol and make sure that we get the Democrats and Republicans together so we can pass this budget once and for all. I know it's difficult. It's a difficult budget. The legislators are tired. They've spent nights here. But we're still of one vote short, and we're going to find that one vote. And so I want to encourage the legislators to do everything that they can to just hold tight and to go and to pass this budget. Never to give up. We will never give up. I think this is very important because this budget deals with the $42 billion deficit, which is the biggest deficit that we've ever had. So that's why I said it's a very difficult budget, but it solves the problem. You know, it has tax increases, it has spending cuts, and it stimulates the economy, and it makes government more efficient. So I think that the legislative leaders have done an incredible job. We've negotiated in November, we've negotiated in December, and in January and half of February. We came to an agreement by February 13th. We put it up for vote on February 14th, and since then we have been here at the Capitol trying to get this budget passed. I know that there was, yesterday, change of leadership in the Republican caucus, the Senate caucus. And I want to just say to Senator Cocktail, thank you very much for all the great work and the hard work that you've put in. Without Senator Cocktail, we would have never been able to do this budget, to get as far as we have come. He's a man of strong character, of great character, and a man that you can really trust 100%. And he did what was right for the people. Maybe not what was right for politics or what was right for the special interests, but he did and fought for what was right for the people of California. So I have the highest respect for him, and I'm looking forward to working in the coming years with him. So if there are any questions, please feel free. Yes, please.
Have you had contact with Senator Hollingsworth and discussion on the budget?
No, I did not. I'm trying to get in touch with Senator Cocktail. I left a message on his phone and told him how proud I am of him and his work that he has done. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Senator Hollingsworth and working with him.
Are you open?
Yes, please.
Would you reopen this budget if necessary? The deal, the two senators who have been identified as possible votes for this thing both say they want some changes, some additions. Are you amenable to making changes and additions to this thing?
Well, I will not open up the negotiations on this budget, but we are talking to both of the senators, and if they have good additions, then we all will get together and talk about that. And we are talking about it, and there's both of them are fine men, and they have good ideas, so we just try to work how do we include that.
You've identified this as a $42 billion problem. Do you have some sense that it is or will be worse than $42 billion, even if this package is passed?
Well, there's no one really at this point that can predict the future of our economy. So it could possibly get worse. But there's also signs, where the situation levels off a little bit. So our revenues that are coming in have so far not shown any drop in revenues, but beyond of what we have anticipated. So that we don't see any signs there. So I think that we will, we have a good chance that maybe we'll stay there. But like I said, you never know.
Governor, what you just said? You said that you didn't want to open up the budget again, but then you said, well, I'll look at some of the things they're talking about, because other things have been added, some money for some different projects of different lawmakers to get their votes. What do you mean that you won't open it up, but you'll look at things?
Well, that's what I mean. We will not sit down and have big five meetings anymore and open up the negotiations and start all over like some people have suggested. We always, are interested in listening to some people with their suggestions. I've met a lot of the lawmakers upstairs, went even upstairs and met with the caucuses, with the various different caucuses, just to get input on all of this, because it is a joint effort in order to get this done. So we listen to them, and, maybe there's an idea that comes up that is doable, and then we will include it.
Governor, you said that the
Yes.
Republican leader, the new Republican leader, says that he will not budge on taxes, that's off the table. Given that's being the case, what can you do to get that one more vote?
Well, let me just reiterate to all of you that if you think that you can do this budget without any increase in revenues, then you have a big math problem. Because you can't erase $42 billion deficit without revenue increases. I despise revenue increases. I hate taxes. But when you're faced with that kind of a reality, then that's where you have to go. You can only solve this problem with additional revenues and with spending cuts. Some of those cuts are severe cuts, and also with some additional money through the raw. But those are the options that we have. I mean, there's not much wiggle room there. And so anyone that runs around, I think, and says that this can be done without raising taxes, I think has not really looked at it carefully to understand this budget, or has a math problem and has to go back, as I said, and take Math 101.
Are you still counting
Okay.
on Senator
Yeah, please.
Cogdale's vote? Are you still counting on Senator Cogdale to vote for the budget?
Yes, I think that Senator Cogdale, by losing his leadership position, does not mean that he changed his philosophy or his desire to do something what is good for Californian people. So I think that he will be there. I think that Senator Cogdale will continue working very hard on behalf of the people of California, and we are looking forward to working with him together. But like I said, the important thing for you to know is that we will not let the state go off the cliff. A lot of people that have been in touch with me this last 2 days, they have been concerned about that. As you know, we are getting not only now state attention or national attention, we are getting international media attention because of this crisis. And so this is why it is very important for the legislators to solve this problem as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. Thank you.